Your what's up, Cuban fam? It's your favorite New Yorkers, your girl T,
and your boy Mel,
back with another video. And today, guys, I mean, it looks like we're going outside because we are, but we was like, let's film first.
Right.
We're gonna do a story time on my weight loss surgery. Yay! So, real quick before I get into it, doing this isn't easy. This light is shining like right on me. Okay. But you know, the pictures that I will be showing are sensitive to me, because as I am the size that I am now, looking back on it, I didn't really realize how big I was because I was so comfortable being like that. Not comfortable, but like I was so used to it that I didn't really see it, and like it wasn't, what's that word, like it wasn't bothering me. Right. Until I was like, you know what, there has to be a change, especially for my kids. And you know, I wasn't big all my life. He didn't meet me big, but you know, depression and things that we went through, you know, the way I would eat would be either depression eating or just bored eating or just want to eat. Like, so again, this is a sensitive topic. I know there will be judgments and critics and negative comments, but it was a big change. When you see the pictures and you see the size I am now, it definitely is a huge change. Like
a whole 180.
Yeah, like literally, especially because I was like a 180. But you know, I joke about it now. I see pictures of myself and I'm like, when you watch this video, just look at my face. Just look at my face. Yeah. When you see my face and the pictures, you're gonna be like, okay. So anyways, let's get into story time. So I started the process back in September. I went to Ocala, Florida. I started the process. So basically when I went, they have to check my weight, my BMI, to make sure that I qualify for weight loss surgery. I was obese, especially for my height. I'm only 5'1.5". Let's not forget that. Don't be forgetting about the half, all right? But I was 341 pounds. So that's severe obesity for a person of my stature, my height, everything. When I went back home, I don't remember how long it was. I remember I was taking a shower and I was actually feeling sick. So I was taking a bath. My husband came home from checking the mail and I had an envelope saying that I was accepted into the program. And he knew how long I've wanted it. We do have 2 kids. I did lose a little weight after the second one. Just because I was a little depressed. He was off to the military. I wasn't really eating. Right. I've lived with him since I was 16 years old, so not being with him was really taking a toll on me, especially being pregnant at the time with a 3-year-old. Yeah, 3. Yeah, she was 3. So you guys want a story time on the military experience and the military wife? Comment down below. We're definitely gonna do it regardless. Yeah, that's definitely something that definitely something you guys will want to hear because that story has good and bad. Okay. So but I got accepted into the program and I had to do a series of like tests and appointments and classes because people just think it's you cutting your belly and that's it. I'm gonna give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of people were just giving me like the food part of it, the eating part. They wasn't giving me the other part. So I did have to do an appointment with a nutritionist just to what's it called, like to basically teach me how I should be eating now, my food intake, my protein intake, what else? It was so long ago, guys, like I'm so sorry if I forget some things, but
but pretty much they showed you how your new life was gonna be.
Yes, it was a change for sure, because I went from eating maybe like I could eat like 4 or 5 tacos to now I could eat like maybe one, if that.
If I'm being honest, y'all, it was a point in time when me and her would just, we'll go to like Little Caesars and we'll both get our own pie.
Yes.
And we'll body those.
And again, just
cheesy bread,
right. And just from this angle right here, you again just look at my face.
If we go to Little Caesars and I got a pie, she would eat half a slice.
And eat the other half later.
Maybe take a bite of the cheesy bread and eat the other half later.
Like,
and that'd be it.
Yes, like even if I get
whole difference.
Even if I get like a plate of food, it lasts me all day.
Like
all
the other
day.
day we went to the Puerto Rican Chinese restaurant.
Check the shorts.
Yeah, definitely check that.
And
she had to order food and it lasted her the whole 24 hours.
The whole day, like up until the next day,
so
because
yesterday,
it was just.
You got a day for yesterday. You finished it yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, again, even from this angle, again, I will be putting pictures that I find and pictures that I took recently. You could just see from here, you know, the transition. Again, pictures. He notices it because he's been with me for so long.
I will say though, for me, it was tough.
It was tough. We will get into that. It was tough. So I did the nutritionist class. I had to do one before and one after surgery, but I did have to go to a class. I think I want to say every first and third Thursday or Friday of the month, and I had to complete 6 classes. So those were classes where I had to be for like an hour. Again, just updating how my new life was gonna be, the pills you can't take, certain foods that you probably won't be able to eat anymore because it probably just won't taste the same or just won't sit right with you. Right. And things like that, and people showing their progress, and if you had any questions. And so I was supposed to have my surgery probably in like February, but I was missing some classes because I just wouldn't keep up with them. I did have to go do a I don't know what kind of test. I think it was like my glucose or something. I couldn't eat for 24 hours, so I went to a hospital. Right, 24 hours I couldn't eat. Mm-hmm. I had to go to a hospital so they could check my liver, all my insides to make sure everything was great. Then after that I had to go get blood drawn. They had to make me breathe into a bag, I guess, just to check like everything inside to make sure everything was good for surgery. I'm trying to remember as much as I can, so bear with me, because again, it was in September, so it was a while ago.
Yeah, so much has changed.
So much has changed, and
it came a long way.
Really.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we should just talk about like those 2 weeks before you actually went.
Yes. So I almost cried when I got my date. So when I did get my date, they told me the worst news of my life. They said, you can't eat for 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Can you imagine that?
Now you talking to a person who forget 3 times a day I was eating. I was just eating whenever I was hungry. Right. But they tell you not to eat because they want to start the weight loss process a little faster, and then they don't want your liver to be as big because they hold your liver when you get the surgery. So they don't want it to be more heavy than what it already is. So they wanted me to shrink my liver. So I could only drink protein shakes, chicken broth, not even soups because that was food. what else was it? Gatorade,
Gatorade. It was
juice,
really just like liquids.
water, just liquid. 2-week liquid diet before surgery.
2-week liquid diet.
Right. So then I lived in Jacksonville at the time. I live in Orlando now. If you didn't go tune into the other videos, go tune into those.
Right.
Story time is also coming on that, but I did do a poll and this was the one that got the most. So I went to my appointment. I had to drive to Ocala the day before surgery. I went to my appointment and I had to get vitamins. I had to get the soap to bathe in, which is non-scented soap, which I know that's good for you, but
right, then you couldn't use deodorant.
I'm gonna tell them about all of that. Ladies, let's be real. I know that unscented soap is good for you, but we all like using scented soap. Like, let's not.
Yeah.
Come on. So I got all of that. I had to get it's not a breathalyzer. You put it on the it's so I could breathe, to check my breathing after surgery, because I am asthmatic, but they still want to check your breathing and make sure that everything is okay.
Right, as you should.
Yes. So the day before surgery, I had to drink a whole bottle of Gatorade. The next day, I had to bathe in that soap. Ladies. And men, because some of these men got surgeries, and let me tell you, no disrespect to my husband before y'all be in the comments. They looked amazing after. I showed him some pictures of the men and the women, and you'd be surprised that men get it too.
I mean, listen.
He doesn't need it, but I'm pretty sure if he did it, like, he could get through it.
Yeah.
Probably better than me. But I couldn't, I packed my bag, toiletries, nightgown, everything I needed. After I took a shower, no deodorant, no lotion. And he knows I love me some lotion.
Mm-hmm.
No perfume, nothing on your lips. I love me some blisters. And I had to drink either a Gatorade or an apple juice or orange juice or cranberry, one of those. I will enter a video that he took the day that he took me to surgery. We drove to surgery. I said goodbye. My mom flew down to come help me. I said goodbye to my mom. I said bye to my kids. And he drove me. He knew I was nervous. He saw this and the moving of the leg.
Right.
He saw all of it. Like,
I just want to say, those 2 weeks though, like, I watched her give up more times than I can count.
A lot.
But give up, like, saying it, not physically doing it.
Like, I was like, babe, what if I just don't do it?
Like,
and
she really didn't want to do it at that point, and I understood, because, watching us sit there and eat, like, Chinese food or whatever, or even having to cook for us,
right,
and not being able to eat the food, I understood that pain. Especially, like, that's a drastic change to make for anybody. I don't know if I could do it. I tell her all the time, and I tell you right now, you the truth for that, because
thank you.
I couldn't do it, honestly. I know you say, like, oh, if I needed it, I'd rather just go in the gym. I couldn't do it.
I think couldn't do it. He's more of a person that he could dedicate himself to the gym. I couldn't. I've tried it all.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm
No,
scared.
I know, but
brave.
I'm telling them, like, I couldn't dedicate myself. I tried.
You're brave for what you did, like, because, like, me seeing you afterwards, and I know I don't want to, like, jump ahead, but me seeing you afterwards and the way you look, that was like, wow.
So I ended up, like I said, I will enter the video that he took. You could see in the video my nerves were bad. I get in there, I check in, I give all my belongings to him. He waits with me from the minute I checked in to the minute they took me in the back. Like, I thought he was gonna leave. I thought he was just dropping me off, but he did stay with me. He was like, I'm not leaving you. Like, he knows, like, we don't gotta say it, but he knew that I was gonna need somebody there. So sorry guys, my video cut off, but let's just jump back in. So I was talking to the surgeon, and he realized, like, my nerves were bad. He saw my hand shaking, and he was doing his due diligence and making sure I was okay. They hooked me up to the machines. I had to get completely naked, put on my nightgown. They took me to the back. It was time for me to get it. They put me on the 2 anesthesias. I'm telling you, it had to be something in there because it knocked me out in like 3 seconds. Like, they were talking to me and I was just like gone. I remember waking up still groggy, and all I heard on the other end of a phone call was my husband's voice. He did tell me, the minute you wake up and the minute they call me, I'm dropping everything and I'm coming to you.
Listen, y'all.
And he did just that.
While she was under, all I was thinking about obviously was, look, God, just watch over her, make sure she come back to me. Because, you know, they say, like, more times than not, the surgery goes good. But you never know. And this is her first time ever getting surgery.
And he knows I don't like going under.
Like surgeries and going under and being put to sleep.
No, I don't like it.
Obviously, you know, pray for the best, prepare for the worst. But when I got that phone call, and I mean everybody, like her mom, our kids, like everybody was like, yes, like. And then we dropped everything and we went straight there.
And they were at the pool. My kids are at the pool, and they dropped everything
and went straight there, like.
And I did. They took me to the room, and I was, you know, I was complaining because I was in pain. I'm like, I want to go home. The pain was unbearable, like. But I did end up getting to my room, and sorry guys, there's a light above me, but.
Sad. I'm gonna let it shine.
I did, when I ended up coming out of it, the first face I saw was my husband, and my mom was there, and my kids were crying because they didn't understand why I was so like out of it like that. They thought I was dying, but I'm like, I'm just under heavy medication.
If you understand, like, that surgery, you know that medication they give you is, like, real hardcore stuff, so it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And even me, for a second, I was kind of like, what did they do to my baby? Cause,
I tried, I definitely tried to, like,
you know,
be Superwoman. And I was like, oh, I want to walk right now after surgery. I literally walked, like, my bed was here, the door was here. And I walked, and I was already drenched in sweat. I was losing my color. I was getting dizzy because I decided to be macho woman. And it really felt like I did like a whole full court of basketball. Like, that's how bad it was. They had to put me back in bed. You know, they ended up leaving because I was just under anesthesia, and I wasn't really like up for, I was sleeping the whole day. I wasn't up for anything. I didn't get up till maybe like 11 o'clock at night that I called him.
The only thing that got me was like those holes.
Yeah, so I will show you guys 5. So they don't cut you. They just make 5 holes and they put the thing in and they look in the camera.
But it looked like bullet holes, like real. I was like, oh my god.
Because then they put glue.
Yeah, it's just
a glue, like a surgery glue.
I don't know. It's like I get an itch.
I will show you guys. So you know, again, the good, the bad, the ugly. Take it, leave it, whatever.
I mean, you beautiful regardless, but I understand. It was just like that. Right after, it was like, wow, seeing you like that.
And this video,
like you were, you know.
This video will be long because again, it's surgery, so.
You look like,
I am having a little coffee though.
You look like you were really like.
Yeah, it was bad, but you could see the change right then and there.
Yeah. As soon as you lift that,
that the gown, because I was like, you want to see? Like, I was so excited.
It was like flat already. Instantly.
Yeah, so I did end up calling him at like 11. That I woke up, that I was finally like coherent, and you know, I apologized. Obviously, I didn't have to, but I was just groggy. I did end up having to take children's Tylenol just for the pain for the moment, and I forgot that you can't chug after surgery right away, so I chugged it and was wondering why my stomach was going crazy. And I walked enough. I walked as much as I could. I went to the bathroom, wiped myself as many times as I could because it was hard to even, you know, because I have to stretch, but I have glue and I have stitches and I have all of that.
Right.
And they don't let you leave until you fart. So They don't let you leave until you fart. And when I mean I was farting, they were like bombs because honestly, they were so loud.
And don't take it the wrong way. It didn't last too long, but that wasn't a bad period of time because
it didn't smell.
It didn't have no smell.
Because you're not eating anything.
She didn't have no smell. But look, now now I wish you can go back to that. Now
shush. So I did get discharged. Was it the next day?
Yeah, the next day.
The next day. Like, a little in like the evening, yeah, like the afternoon. The afternoon, I walked again. My husband helped me get dressed. He took my bags, wheelchaired me back. The drive was tough because there's speed bumps and there's potholes, and so all of that I have to lay back. My stomach, I thought I had a BBL for real.
That was a bad drive.
Like, call me BBLT, like, but it was horrible because I was trying not to get mad at him.
But every little bump in the road,
and I couldn't get mad at him because it's not his fault.
Anytime the car shook or anything like that, yeah.
We got home, and from there, that's when life really started. My mom cooking all this good food, and I got home, took off everything, because I sleep, you know.
Listen,
if you know, you know I sleep with no
Shout out to your mom, man.
Shout out to my mom because
she really pulled up like...
She really did.
Like nothing.
Especially because she knew how bad I wanted it, and I knew how bad she wanted it for me.
Really, it wasn't only helping you, it helped me
because he worked.
I work, and then now, you know,
I needed help with the girls for sure.
And then the girls, they were still in school at the time.
Yeah, and so, I'm sorry guys, this video is really long, so I'm gonna try to talk as fast as I can with giving you information and answering any questions that I got. So, I went to sleep. I slept the whole day, that day, because I was still on these medications. I wish I had the little caps that come with the medicine. That's all I could drink of liquid, and I couldn't like drink it. I had to just like just let it touch my lips, and that was it. So
it's a capful.
Literally, and I had to make it. I'm sorry guys, this is my caramel on my thing. I had to make it last at least an hour. Cap full of whatever I was drinking. I ended up walking that night after I got home. The same day I got home from surgery, I walked. My mistake was taking a shower and going outside. I walked up and down the stairs, which felt like a marathon. I couldn't do it. I went back in bed. The next day I got sick. Any pills I had to take, I had to crush them and try to just sip it with... Come on. Like, try to sip it with whatever I had in the cap. I was still groggy. I ended up getting sick. Plus, still in pain. For like a week, when he would come home, he had to wash me, get me in bed, make sure I took my medicine, and make sure I walked. So...
Listen, I did that. And I do it again.
And they ended up leaving me one time to go, one day to go to the pool. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to put anybody in a bad mood because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go swimming until my scars healed. I didn't want to go and then not make it and then feel like I want to come back home. So I was like, I'm just going to stay home. I stood home watching movies. I watched about 4 movies. I decided to get up and walk around just my living room. 10 minutes. I literally put on a timer. Drenched in sweat. My legs are sweating. My neck is sweating. My back is wet. My bra is wet. I felt like I couldn't breathe. But I had to do what I had to do. And I also had a claw. So I could pick up anything because I couldn't bend down.
What she got from the hospital?
What I got from the hospital, my daughters had a field day with it.
You know that. You know how kids are.
Eventually, they do put you on a diet. So 2 weeks after surgery, still a liquid diet. So now we're at 4 weeks with no food. 2 weeks before surgery, yes. 2 weeks before surgery, 2 weeks after, liquid diet. Then you go to puree food. So that's like mashed potatoes, any food blended. Mashed potatoes, baby food, things like that. I said, I'm not doing that. Like, I couldn't do it. I did it a little bit, but even when I did try the mashed potatoes, I threw up. It was too heavy on me. I guess the carbs and the starch.
I think
and
with your body was different. Like, it took you like maybe an extra.
Yes. So
few extra
I didn't even mention which one I had. I got the gastric sleeve surgery. So it's where your stomach is the shape of a kidney bean, and then they cut into the shape of a banana. So you can't eat as much. They cut 80% of your stomach. I will put it in the title because I just said it so late in the video, the gastric sleeve surgery. You go to puree food, then you go to soft food. So like jello, maybe pudding. What's another soft food? Like ice cream.
That's always a fun stage.
I did have ice cream. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I literally fell asleep in the ice cream parlor, exhausted. I ended up pulling through to go to my daughter's graduation, and I felt exhausted because the walk enough was a lot. Then you go to soft food at like 7-8 weeks. So it's about 2 months before you could get to regular food. I don't remember that stage too much. I did remember just eating slowly but surely. And I did, like I said, I did weigh 341 pounds, and I weigh 245 now. So somebody did ask me, let me just pull it up. My life again, it changed. My water intake was better, a lot better. He knows.
Honestly, this is the most active I've seen her.
Yes.
Since before our first daughter was born.
Yes, and
it's great, honestly.
He would be at work and he'd be like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I went swimming." I would go swimming. I would walk. I would just be in the pool all day, you know, so that you could get your legs moving. They want you to walk so that you don't get blood clots in your legs. They say, you know, for as far as alcohol intake, they said it will be different because you're more fragile now. Getting pregnant is easier now because you're more fragile and you're lighter now. So don't get pregnant after surgery.
Getting pregnant is not enough.
You will get right. Yeah, no. You will get so much bigger. I've seen it happen to people.
Yeah, we don't want to.
The pain that I went through was unbearable. I even asked him if I could reverse the surgery.
And I told you.
But
and look, I told her. I said, when you do this, you're doing this for you. Now it's time to focus on you.
Yeah. We had a long talk because we did want more kids, but we had a long talk. He wanted me to do it for me and not just dedicate my life to being a mom and things like that.
You're still going to be a mom regardless,
of course,
because you still have 2 kids.
And they love this. They love.
But, you know, they're old enough where they can kind of do things for themselves more.
So somebody had asked me, how was it adjusting to the change? It wasn't easy. I don't adjust to change really well. I think I probably just adjusted to moving to Florida easier than I did the surgery. But it wasn't easy adjusting to change just because I didn't know how it was going to be when I ate, because I love food. Even to this day, sometimes I still cry because sometimes I feel like I'm either wasting his money or I'm wasting food.
Yeah.
And it's just in that moment, I can't take it so much because maybe I just downed a glass of water. But I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to eat the things that I like. But I do. Just in portions. Smaller portions. Maybe when I go to like McDonald's, I probably eat like 2 nuggets and I'm full.
Honestly, it's a good and a bad side.
Yes, as it is, sorry.
The bad side is more like, obviously, you don't eat as much as you... And that's not saying it's a bad thing, but, you know, I see how sometimes, like you said, you'll eat something that's so good, but it's like your body's like, that's enough. And now you start crying because you want to eat more, but it's like, I only took 3 bites and I'm already full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I doing? Like, it's not going to go to waste because you can take it home, but why can't I eat it in that moment? But it's kind of getting used to that. But the good side is, I get to eat all her leftovers.
I feel like the thing is too that I I enjoy the food, but sometimes I don't enjoy the food, and now it's more of sometimes I'm just not hungry and I won't eat anything. I'm just thirsty, but I don't eat as much. Like I said, as a person who used to love to eat so much, but adjusting to it was definitely hard and different. But eventually I learned my new body and I went with that.
And then how many months now since?
It's about to be a year, guys. I forgot to tell you, I got it in April of last year. So
listen,
it's about to be a year.
Change in the beginning is always hard. But
I was gonna say something and I completely forgot what it
when you learn
was.
to adjust to it, it's like it's nothing now.
Yep.
Now you know your body, you know how to eat. You know
So,
how to move,
yep. Somebody asked me, how's your health now mentally, physically, and emotionally? So my health now mentally, I feel lighter on my feet. I could walk without being like out of breath. If I'm out of breath, it's because it's just really high. But I'm not like...
Use your pump less?
Yeah, I use my pump definitely way less.
Way less.
Ooh, excuse me. Physically, I will show you physically in about 2 seconds. I will get up and show you guys. I did go from a 4X to now a 1X.
That's crazy.
My feet got smaller.
Listen, she could wear my clothes.
Yeah, I wear his clothes again.
Like before, like, you know.
I'm shopping in like the skinny girl section, kind of. If I go in the skinny girl section, I do have to go a little bit more up because their clothes are not as stretchy. So I do have to go to like my plus size, which was like a 20, 22. Mm-hmm. But if I'm in, you know, the plus size section, I am down to like a 14, 16. Because I don't like anything too tight either because it makes my stomach hurt. Emotionally, I am way better than I was before. I do still have my moments where I am a little sad. But like I said, I learned my body. I learned how certain things react to my body. I do still drink sometimes a little soda, but I do drink diet or zero sugar. More Crystal Light. Like I'll drink Crystal Light if I want juice, but a lot of water.
I think it was a point in time before
I couldn't. Where I would go through like 3 2-liters.
Like we could drink. Like we can go through a 2-liter a day. Mm-hmm. A 2-liter a day. Now it gets to the point where maybe a can here, maybe. A bottle there.
Like it's rare if I drink it. Yeah, it's rare if I do drink a regular soda. So I will show you guys my body now. So this is how I look now. Let me move. This is how I look now. You know, it's not where I want it to be just yet, but you know, I am
340 though.
From 340, like, I am 245.
When she upload those pictures of how she used to look,
scars right here are from surgery. I have more a little lower. Though. Yeah, I have more a little lower.
They're a lot smaller though. But
again, no judgment. I do still wear a lot of my big clothes as pajamas. Like they literally fit like my gowns. But it wasn't easy. If you want to get it, I recommend it. It was the best thing I've ever done in my life, but also the worst thing I've done in my life, just because who doesn't love food?
And honestly though, it's like a lot of people may agree or disagree, but you can't do nothing without a great support system.
Yes, I had a great support system. Shout out to my husband. Shout out to my mom.
And honestly, I don't.
And my kids, because my kids were definitely.
I don't do nothing for credit, or I don't need, or like I care about you, and look at it like this. I was with you when you was big as hell. And I can say that now because look at you now, but
I'm telling you, I will be inserting pictures.
I love you regardless, so but it's like you need that support system. Like your mom came down, like she flew like it was nothing. Like she just told him, "Look, I'm coming." I
should have.
Like you had me, you got the girl.
Yeah, I should have like been answering pictures here and here, but I forgot.
I feel like
I'm getting used to like this whole content thing. But at the end, I will be showing pictures of before and pictures of me now, especially this picture I took in this blue dress. Let me tell you, but my style is completely different now. I try to do things differently. I'm in a better place now. I feel happier when people see the pictures of the before and now. Because sometimes I look at it like, oh my God, I'm gaining the weight back. Or, you know, I'm getting big, or I don't see no difference. And then I look at the pictures before and I'm like,
that's not the same.
Forget
person.
it.
And the thing
Forget
is, a lot of people that they meet you now, they would think like this is you now, like always. They would never think like, yo, this is me a year ago. Not even like almost 11 months ago.
I know it's not healthy, but I haven't had coffee in like 2 months.
Every now and then it's okay to.
Yeah, every now and again I do have my little cheat days, and but look, you know, I have snacks. But
gotta thank God that I haven't had any like complications. Since you know, because I know that's like another thing too.
Yeah, like even
people have like complications. And stuff
even when I shower or shave is a lot easier for me. I did have to get smaller Crocs because my feet.
You just wanted to show.
No, my feet got smaller for sure. But look, yeah, I gotta show you guys my little. Look how cute. But no, he knows. He knows.
Nah, seriously.
Because he had to buy them for me.
You took 2 opportunities. One to make a point and to show us the Crocs.
Yeah.
But look, she's right though, because the Crocs that she had before surgery, compared to those, they look like somebody else. Like your feet were way wider. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They were wide.
But if you guys have any other questions that I maybe didn't answer, like I said, it was a while ago. I started in September. I got the surgery in April. This year in April is about to make a year. I lost almost 100 pounds. I lost 97 pounds. Is it 97 pounds? No, 96 pounds. Which is amazing. You lose the most weight in your first 6 months consecutive because you're not really eating. So you lose it like a lot. You losing about 60 pounds in those first 6 months. But if I didn't answer any questions, feel free to comment. I will answer in the comments. Again, excuse if I missed anything. It was a really long time ago. I should have did the video a long time ago, but I wasn't in my little content era. Ew, I just said content era.
As Jelani would like to say, she's in her editing era.
I'm in my editing era. I'm trying to take this seriously. I'm trying to put myself out there.
There you go.
Our next story time will be probably why we moved out here or the military. I will be doing another poll. I mean, not the military. I'm sorry. How we met. That's a story.
I think y'all want to hear that.
I think we should do how we met and then go to like Orlando. I think the next one will be how we met.
Our story's so dope.
Yeah.
And they need to hear it.
Again, if you didn't tune in, the only thing I'm gonna say, he's 30. How old are you? 32.
You know what?
He's 32. No. He's 32. I'm going to be 31.
Right.
We've been together 16 years, and that's all I'm gonna say. So do the math. But you guys, again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so sorry it's long, but this is a story I tried to get into much detail as I can. I tried to answer things that people have asked me. Another thing, when you get the surgery, you gotta take your vitamins. Your hair will be falling out.
Yeah.
Take vitamins, calcium, and biotin, because your hair will fall out. Mine's did, but I'm kind of getting back on track. But again, guys, I appreciate the Cubone fam, everybody that supports us, every subscriber.
Right.
Turn your post notifications on, subscribe, like, comment, and turn your post notifications on, please. Because how else you gonna know when your favorite New Yorkers are dropping another video?
Come on now, we out here.
Like, well, with that being said, your favorite New Yorkers will be back with another video. Peace, guys.